The BMW M3 E90 is the first and also the last M3 with a V8 engine. It can accelerate from 0 to 100 km per hour in less than 5 seconds, which is not bad. Putting a V8 engine in this M3 was definitely a great idea. It has not only bigger performance, but it's also lighter than the straight 6-cylinder in the predecessor. The successor of this M3 has a twin-turbo 6-cylinder petrol engine, so no more V8. But let's go back to the future, or present, or past. Anyway, this BMW was made from 2007 to 2013. There are 3 versions of this M3. The first is the regular 4-door saloon, then there is the 2-door coupe and the 2-door convertible. The coupe version has a carbon roof as standard, which is a very interesting feature. However, if this coupe version is equipped with a sunroof, then it has a conventional steel roof. The build quality of the interior is good. It has great ergonomics, comfortable seats and a very nice steering wheel. The iDrive multimedia system can be for some people more complicated to use, but I think that you can get used to it with some practice. Overall, it definitely is a nice place to be. The quality of the paint job as well as the corrosion protection is great. So there is nothing to discuss here. So what's next? The common problems, of course. There can be problem with the headlight condensation, air conditioning, central locking system, power steering pump, and the brake light bulbs can come loose over time. This M3 has a very clever EDC electronic suspension, which can be more worn. In this case, you have to replace these special shock absorbers, which are expensive. The rear differential can be also more worn, so check for unusual noises from the back of the car, mainly when cornering at low speeds or accelerating. The coupe version and the convertible versions of this BMW are equipped with frameless door windows. These windows look great, however, because of the frameless construction, they produce more wind noise than the regular ones. They also have to automatically lower a little bit when you open the door, and they need to go up a little bit when you close the door. The convertible version of this M3 can have problems with the roof. So, as usual, check if the electronically operated roof is working properly and also check if it's waterproof. The standard equipment included, for example, the leather seats, automatic climate control or the electrically adjustable front sport seats. The optional equipment included heated seats, keyless entry, parking sensors, various interior trim combinations, Bluetooth hands-free or the optional audio system. This is a high-performance car, so remember that some of the owners treated these cars pretty badly. You know, using the car regularly on the racetrack, burnouts, drifts, you know this shit. So, try to choose a car which is in possibly the best condition and which has the best regular maintenance history. Also, the regular maintenance of this car is not cheap. The tires, brakes, fuel consumption and spare parts. Expensive things. I would personally recommend buying a car from 2008 or 2009, so I would avoid the early production cars. The price of this BMW starts at 20,000 euro for the cheapest one in Germany, and it goes up until 269,900 euro for a low mileage GTS limited edition. This car was available with only the 4-liter V8 petrol engine. Of course, the GTS limited edition has a slightly bigger 4.4-liter 450 horsepower V8. But let's check out the standard 4-liter V8. So, except the usual petrol engine problems, there can be problem with the throttle actuators, which can break usually after 90,000 kilometers or earlier. The next thing is that this high-performance V8 can use some minimal amount of oil, which is not a problem. However, the bigger oil consumption can be on the other side a big issue. The last issue can be with the rod bearings. These rod bearings can be in a lot of cases more worn. The interesting thing is that in some cases they can be worn even after 9,500 kilometers, and sometimes they can be alright after 160,000 kilometers. All in all, you should at least check them, because if they are more worn, then they can do more damage to the engine. So, if they are more worn, then you have to replace them, which is not the cheapest. But it's still way more cheaper than the new engine. On the other side, mainly early production cars can have this problem. You have to change the oil in the engine after 8,000 kilometers. The engines are equipped with timing chain, which is usually alright. You can choose the manual 6-speed gearbox, which is reliable. However, in this case, check the clutch, which can be more worn. Then there is the DCT dual clutch automatic transmission. This gearbox is quite reliable, but you should check it properly before buying anyway, because it can have sometimes electronic or mechanic problems. It should change gears very fast and smoothly, without some kind of a strange noise and hesitation. I recommend to change the oil in the automatic gearbox every 50,000 kilometers. Before buying, check the suspension parts, electronic parts. The car should ride quietly, so it shouldn't make rattling, squeaking or humming noises from the suspension. Check the exterior of the car for various paint defects or corrosion, which can be the sign of the resprayed body. Also check the gaps between the body panels. They should be even on the left and on the right side too. I hope that this information are helpful enough. If you have some questions or if you have personal experience with this car, then write it into comments. Also, if you liked the video, don't forget to like or subscribe. Thanks for watching.